Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing my top 10 eye brushes. So all the brushes that I use for my eyeshadow. Last time I did all the brushes that I use for my face and which ones I like the most and I can't live without. So I figured I'd share with you guys the ones for my eyeshadow because that's kind of important. We all want to use the best tools for our eyeshadow to come out the best. So I thought I'd share with you guys. So let's get started. First, should I start in order? Yeah, let's do the order. Okay, so usually I start with my blending brush for my crease, and the blending brush that I use is the Taper Blending E40 from Sigma. This brush is amazing. It's really fluffy. It blends out your eyeshadow really well. It doesn't leave the eyeshadow patchy. So you can really use this brush to make it, to like blow out the eyeshadow really well, or to keep it like in your crease. I really like this brush, an all over brush. So I like this brush a lot. This brush goes for like $20, $20 to $25, I believe. I'll put all the links down below for any of these brands that I can find online. I think they're all pretty much Sigma, but anything, I'll just put it down below. The next brush that I'm going to talk about is the Sigma Eye Shading E55. It's a fluffier, flat shader brush for your lid. And this brush, I mean, you can use any brush, is not specific to this brush, but I just like the shape of this one to put on eyeshadow, and I really like this brush to pack on eyeshadow. I know usually you would use like a synthetic denser brush, but this one I really like it to just pat it on when you like wet it, or to make it more pigmented, like the eyeshadows more pigmented. So I really like this brush, and I'm not sure how much this brush is, but like I said, I'll put everything down below. My next brush is from Crown Brush, and it's this dual ended brush, and it has the pointed pencil brush at the end. That's not one of my favorites. My favorite part is this side. It's a longer, like flat shader brush for your lid, but what I use it for is for my crease, because it's really flat on this side and fluffy, so it's really easy to pack on the color, put it in your crease, and blend it out at the same time. So I really like this brush. I don't know how much these go for, but I got this in an Ipsy bag, and I love this brush. I've had it for a while, and it's really, really good. So my next brush is another flat shader brush. This one doesn't have a brand. I bought this one off. This was from my first ever set of makeup brushes. Sorry, my first ever makeup brushes that I had. I bought this off of Amazon. It was like a, I don't know how much it was. It was like 60 brushes for like 19 bucks. So imagine the quality. But I threw out all the face brushes because they were really really rough. But I did keep all the eye brushes. Like I have a whole jar full of them. Like all of these, just plain black ones. If you ever see me using them, they're from that, and they're just from Amazon. They did bring the, hold on, the case, like the travel case. So I really do like them, like the eye brushes, but this one specifically, there's like, it brings like a couple of these, like maybe 4 of these, and this one is really good just to get really in there, pack on the eyeshadow, to use like cream eyeshadows. I really like this brush. So yeah, I have a couple of them, like I said, because it came in the set. So I really like this brush. So if you can find any brush like this, like the synthetic, just really flat ones, they're really good for cream eyeshadows. Next I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills dual-ended brush. I think this brush came in the eyeshadow, in this eyeshadow palette. yeah. So it brought this brush. I didn't really find much use for it in the beginning, like when I first got that palette, because I do have this blending brush and this one is kind of similar and it's kind of rough. Like this one, when you use it, kind of like, it's a little, what is that called? Like it kind of hurts. It's not as soft as the other one. So I don't really use this side as much unless I'm like really trying to blend in my crease or something, but I don't really use this side as much. I like this side. This side is kind of like a flat brush and it's really packed, so it would be like something like this, like the flat brush I'll talk about in a minute. But this one is more what is that called? It's like denser, so it's really good like to put eyeshadow really like if you want to cut crease, you can put that line right in there. It's really small and you can turn it over and just blend it out. So I like this side better. I don't like this side as much. So that brings me to this brush. So this brush is really flat. Let's see if I can see it. This flat here. So it's really flat here, and so that makes it really easy for the bottom lash line, like when you're trying to apply eyeshadow down here, and keep it really close to your lash line. And this brush was only $1. So the brand is Zoria, something like that. I got this at just a dollar store by my house, and I don't know if they sell this online or if, I don't know where this came from, but it's really good. It's really soft too. Kind of just looks like a regular like brush to paint, but it's a makeup brush, and I use it for my bottom lash line, and I really like it. It's really good. It picks up a lot of product and it just blends it out really well, and it packs it on really well. So I really like this brush, and it was only $1, so you can't go wrong. I also have this large shader brush, E60 from Sigma, another Sigma brush. And if you guys remember from my face brushes, almost all of them were e.l.f. So I have a real obsession with e.l.f. with face brushes. But for eye brushes, I love, love, love Sigma. I know there was a huge craze before about Sigma, and now it's all Morphe and all these other brands, but I don't own any of those really. I only have one Morphe brush, and I really like the Sigma brushes. I think they're amazing. They're really high quality brushes. They're really soft and they apply your eyeshadow like a dream. So this brush I use for highlighting. So I use this for my brow highlighting and for my inner corner highlighting. I know it's kind of big, but it's really flat and pointed, so I can really get into my corner here and just blend out into my eyeshadow. So I really like this brush, and it's also really good for my eyebrow because with the pointed side, it just applies the product right there and I can just blend it out. So I really like this brush. I'm sure this only goes for another like 15 to 20 bucks, but all the information will be down below. We have 3 more brushes to go. We're almost there. The next brush is also a Sigma brush, and it's the pencil brush E30, and it's just a regular pencil brush. I'm sure any of these brushes you can find in a different brand, but I like them more basically for the shape and how they apply the makeup. But I'm sure if there's any other brand that you like better in these shapes, you can totally go for that, because these can get a little expensive. But this pencil brush, like any brush like this, to blend out the bottom lash line or to do detail work on the top for your eyeshadow is amazing. This one blends the color out perfectly, and it's small enough to get right under your lower lash line and blend out the color without making your eye look like you got punched in the face. Because sometimes you can get crazy and really get all the way down here And if you have the wrong brush or a really big brush, you can really make yourself look like you have a black eye. But with a brush like this, it's gonna make your eyeshadow just look cohesive and blend out really well. So I like this brush for that. I do have a couple other ones, but this one's my favorite. And the last two brushes are both the same shape. So they're the angled brushes. This one is from that brand, or not that brand, but from that set of brushes that I got from Amazon. And I have a couple of these as well, like the set came with a couple of them. And this one is the Sigma one. Now these two are basically the same brush. So like I said, it doesn't have to be the expensive brush that you get, but it's just the shape and the quality of the bristles. But so I have these two, and this one I use to fill in my brows because this one is a lot fluffier and like thicker than this one is, so I have more control for my brows for with this brush. This brush I use for my wing liner, and I do my wing liner with this brush with eyeshadow. So right now I have wing liner, but this is eyeshadow. So I like this one because it's easier to apply and it blends it out really well so that it's not too harsh, so it gives it a softer look. I do use this one for gel eyeliner as well, but I find that this brush is better for gel products because it's smaller, it's thinner, and so I'm able to have more control over it. So I use this one for my brows, and the other one that I have that's the same as this one for gel eyeliner. And this one for any eyeshadow, even to go under and do any shading under my lash line, like my lower lash line. So I really like this brush as well. So those are the top 10 brushes that I love to apply my eyeshadow with. It seems like a lot, but it depends on what kind of eyeshadow look you're going for. So that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful for you guys to know what kind of eye brushes you maybe should have in your collection, and I hope this helps you guys practice more. And let me know down below what other videos you guys would like to see, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!